Your engine's got 100, maybe 200,000 miles. It's tired, noisy, thirsty, and has no snap. You think it's done and that you need a new one. Wrong. You do not need a new car. Today, I'm giving you the list, 17 hidden mechanic-level tricks that the dealerships are seriously praying you never find out. I'm going to show you how to restore lost power, get your fuel economy back, and save thousands. And we're starting with a $10 plastic. Ready? Let's go! Number 17, the PCV valve. We are starting with the cheapest, most ignored 5-minute fix that could save your entire engine. This is the positive crankcase ventilation valve. This little $10 piece of plastic is a one-way valve. Its job is to let all those nasty pressurized unburnt gases, the blow-by, out of your crankcase and get them back into the engine to be burned. It is your engine's exhale. But on a high-mileage engine, this thing is choked. It's gummed up with a century of old oil and carbon. It's stuck. When you shake it, it's supposed to rattle. This old one? Nothing. It is solid. When it sticks shut, all that pressure builds up and builds up and builds up until pop. It blows out your main seals, your oil pan gasket, your valve cover gaskets. It creates leaks. When it sticks open, it's a massive vacuum leak. Your idle is high and rough, it hesitates, and you get that check engine light. The fix? You find it. You twist it out. You put the new one in. It takes 5 minutes. A $10 part and 5 minutes of your time just saved you $2,000 on an oil leak repair bill when your main seal blows. This is the definition of a hidden trick, but that's just the pressure. We've stopped the internal pressure from building, but what about the AIR the engine needs to breathe? What if the sensor that measures that air is blind? Okay, that is one. We have 16 to go, and they get better. If you are tired of your car feeling old, if you are ready to save some real money, do me a favor. It costs you nothing. Hit that like button. And if you're not already, hit that subscribe button and smash hype, because you are not going to want to miss the rest of this list. It is pure gold. Done? Good, let's get back to it. We just fixed the engine's pressure. But what about the air it breathes? And I am not talking about the air filter. Number 16, clean the MAF sensor, the mass airflow sensor. This is your engine's lungs, or more accurately, the part of its brain that tells it it's breathing. It is a tiny, delicate little wire or film that sits right after your air filter. Its entire job is to measure the precise amount and temperature of the air coming into the engine, so the computer, the brain, can add the perfect amount of fuel. It is an incredibly sensitive piece of technology. The fix? Go to the parts store. Buy 1 can of MAF sensor cleaner. Not brake cleaner, not carb cleaner. That stuff will destroy it. You need MAF sensor cleaner. You unplug it, you unscrew it, you take it out, and you hose it down from 6 inches away. Do not touch the wire. You will break it. Let it dry for 10 minutes. Put it back in. A $12 can of spray just saved you $300 for a new sensor, and it will gain you back an instant 3 to 5 miles per gallon. That is $100 back in your pocket at the pump this year. Okay, the engine can breathe, but what if its throat is choked? What if the door that lets all that clean air in is gummed up and sticking? Number 15, clean the throttle body. You just cleaned the lungs. Now you have to clean the throat. This is your throttle body. This is the big metal butterfly valve that opens and closes when you press the gas pedal. It controls all the air black tar, chokes the engine at idle. The computer is trying to let a tiny, precise bit of air pass, but it can't. The door is stuck. So what do you get? A rough, idle, stalling engine at a stoplight. A car that feels like it's going to die. A car that lurches when you just barely touch the gas. The fix? Get a can of throttle body cleaner. Take the air intake tube off. Get a rag. Spray the rag, not the sensor. Open the valve with your hand and wipe. Wipe away all of that black, power-robbing gunk. When you wipe it, your rag will turn pitch black. That is the gunk that was choking your engine. $7 for a can of cleaner and 20 minutes of your time. You just saved yourself a $500 diagnostic bill when your mechanic can't figure out your rough idle and wants to start replacing parts. This is the #1 fix for a stalling, high-mileage engine. Now the air is clean, the sensor is clean, the throat is clean, but the engine is still lazy. Why? Because the insides, the deep insides, are still caked in carbon, and the fix for that is free. Number 14, the Italian tune-up. Your high-mileage engine has been babied. You drive it to work. You sit in traffic. You never go above 3,000 RPM. All that low and slow driving builds up solid carbon on your pistons, on your valves, and in your catalytic converter. It is choked. You need to blow it out. The fix? Get the engine fully warmed up. I mean, drive it for 20 minutes, then get on a highway, an open, safe highway. Put the transmission in a lower gear than normal. If you're in an automatic, pull it down to 3 or L and stand on it. Floor it. This is free, and it is the only way to clear out a clogged catalytic converter, which is a $2,000 part. You do this once a month, and you will blow out the gunk before it becomes a problem. We just blew out the exhaust side, but what about the intake side? What about the tiny, delicate injectors that are dribbling gas instead of spraying it? Number 13, the real fuel system cleaner. Okay, the Italian tune-up is great, but what about the gunk inside the fuel injectors? Those are tiny, high-tech nozzles. And after 100,000 miles, they are not spraying a fine mist of fuel. They are dribbling. They are peeing. You need the real stuff. You need to look for one thing on the bottle: PEA, polyethylamine. This is the mechanic in a bottle. This is the only chemical that is strong enough to survive the heat of the combustion chamber and actually dissolve those baked-on carbon deposits inside the injectors. The trick? You buy a bottle that treats 20 gallons, and you put it in a half tank of gas. You want a concentrated dose, a $15 bottle, run it through, and then do your Italian tune-up. You will physically feel the throttle response come back. You just saved yourself $800 on a professional injector cleaning service at the dealer, but that only cleans the injectors. What about the carbon, the rock-hard carbon on the tops of the pistons and the backs of the valves? That pea stuff can't touch it. We have to get aggressive. Number 12, the top-end seafoam soak. All right, the injectors are clean, but what about the tops of the pistons? What about the backs of the intake valves? This is where the real, thick, black, power-robbing carbon lives, and a fuel injector cleaner can't touch it. This is where it gets fun. This is the smoke show trick. You are going to find a main vacuum line. The one going to the brake booster is usually the best. You get the engine warm, you turn it off, you disconnect that hose, and you slowly pour about 1/3 of a can of seafoam or a similar top-end cleaner right into the engine. You let it choke. It might even stall. Good! You pour that 1/3 of a can in, and you turn the engine off immediately, and you wait. You wait 20 minutes. What's happening? That chemical is now sitting, soaking, melting, all of that rock-hard carbon, turning it into a soft, mushy black goo. It is a chemical bomb. After 20 minutes, you put the hose back on. You go outside. You make sure your neighbors aren't watching, and you start the car. Keep the RPMs up until the smoke clears. A $12 can. You just restored 1 to 2 compression points. You just stopped engine knock or pinging that the computer was fighting. You just got back 5 to 10 horsepower. This is the closest you'll get to a new engine in a can. We've cleaned the air, the fuel, and the carbon. But what good is air and fuel if you don't have a hot, fat spark? What if your electricity is leaking? Number 11, coils, wires, and the misfire. Hunt. The air is good, fuel is good, carbon is gone, but what about the spark? Your high-mileage engine has spark plugs. You're smart, you change them. But you forget, what gets the spark to the plugs? It's your ignition coils and plug wires. These things live in hell. They are baked by a 400-degree engine every single day. The rubber gets brittle, it cracks, the electricity, the spark, starts to leak. It's not sparking your plug, it's sparking to the engine block. This is a misfire. It feels like a stumble, a hesitation, a shudder when you accelerate. It's that little jerk you feel when you're going up a hill. The fix? At night, in the pitch black, pop your hood, start the engine, and just watch. Look for the light show. If you see tiny blue Jacob's ladder sparks jumping from your wires, you found your problem. On a modern coil-on plug engine, you won't see it. You have to pull the coil. Look at the boot. Is it white and chalky? Is it torn? That is your misfire. A new set of wires is $50. A new coil is $40. You just fixed a hesitation that a mechanic would charge you hundreds to diagnose with a scanner. You saved yourself a trip, and you got your power back. The spark is strong. But what about that noise, that scree every morning? What if your engine is crying for help and it has nothing to do with the inside? Number 10, the serpentine belt and tensioner. What's that sound? That scree when you start your car in the morning? That chirp, chirp, chirp At a stoplight? That is your serpentine belt, and it is crying for help. On a high-mileage engine, that belt is old, hard, and glazed. But here's the secret. It's usually not the belt. It's the tensioner. There is a spring-loaded arm that keeps that belt tight after 100,000 miles. That spring is weak. It's sagging. The belt isn't slipping because it's bad. It's slipping because it's loose. You can spray all the belt dressing you want. That's a scam. That just makes it sticky and destroys your bearings. The fix? You replace the belt and the tensioner together. As a team, it's a $100 30-minute job. You just silence that annoying, embarrassing squeal for good. You also just saved your water pump, your alternator, and your power steering pump, because that new tight belt is spinning them all at the right speed. We fixed the squeal. But what about the weird stuff? The dimming lights? The voodoo? What if your transmission is shifting hard and it has nothing to do with the transmission? What if your car is haunted? Number 9, the voodoo electrical gremlin fix. This is my favorite. Your high-mileage car has gremlins. The lights dim when the bass hits. The windows are a little slow. The transmission shifts weird and hard. It slams into gear. You think the transmission is going. You think the alternator is dead. You are wrong. It's your grounds. Your entire car runs on one wire, the positive. The entire rest of the car, the frame, the engine block, the body, is the other wire, the ground. But those ground straps, those thick black cables, they are bolted to the frame. And for 20 years, they have been rusting, corroding, getting caked in salt and gunk. They are green and crusty. This is free. This is 1 hour of your time. You just fixed your bad transmission. You just fixed your dim lights. This is the #1 voodoo fix for electrical gremlins on any high-mileage car. We fixed the electricity's path home. But what if the problem is where it starts? What if your car sounds slow, just trying to wake up? What if the battery is good, but the car is dead? Number 8, the slow crank battery terminal fix. The problem is not the battery. The problem is the connection. Pop the hood. Look at your battery terminals. Are they white and crusty? Are they covered in that green, powdery, zombie gunk? That is battery acid corrosion, and it is a perfect insulator. Your alternator is screaming, trying to recharge your battery, but it can't push the power through that crust. Your starter is trying to pull hundreds of amps, but it can't. The fix? A can of Coca-Cola. I am not kidding. Disconnect the negative terminal first, then the positive. Pour a little Coke on the terminals. The acid in the Coke will instantly dissolve the acid corrosion. It will bubble and fizz. The outside of the engine is perfect. The electricity is flowing. The belts are quiet. But what about the insides? What about the fluids? What about the biggest lie in automotive history? Number 7, the lifetime fluid lie. They are lying to you. What is the lifetime of the car? It is the warranty period, 100,000 miles. They are guaranteeing your transmission will last until the warranty is up. After that, it's your problem. And a new transmission is $6,000. That fluid is filthy. It's supposed to be bright red. After 100,000 miles, it is brown, it is black, and it smells burnt. It is full of ground up bits of your clutch packs. It has been cooked to death. The fix? You change it. But on a high mileage engine, you cannot do a flush. A machine flush will dislodge all that gunk and kill your transmission. You do a drain and fill. You drop the pan. You let about 1/3 of the old nasty fluid out. You change the filter. And you put that exact same amount of new, fresh, beautiful red fluid back in. You drive it for a week, and you do it again. We just saved the transmission. But what about the other lifetime fluids? What about the gears that are grinding themselves into a metal sludge? Number 6, the other lifetime fluid lie. Oh, you thought we were done? If you have a rear-wheel drive truck or an all-wheel drive SUV, you have differentials. Those are the pumpkins on your axles. They are full of gears. And that gear oil, they told you it was lifetime too. That is disgusting. That gear oil is supposed to be clear, amber colored. After 100,000 miles, it is a thick, black, pudding-like sludge. It is full of metal shavings. It smells like sulfur. Those gears are eating themselves. The fix? You suck the old stuff out. You pump the new stuff in. It is a dirty job. It stinks. It costs you $50 in gear oil. You just saved yourself $3,000 on a new rear end. You also just got back 1 mile per gallon because those gears aren't grinding themselves to death anymore. The gears are safe. But what about the temperature? What if your engine is rusting from the inside out? What if your heater doesn't work? Number 5. The deep clean coolant flush. You see coolant, you think anti-freeze, you think it's just for the winter. You are so wrong. On a high mileage engine, your coolant is the most important fluid. It is not just anti-freeze, it is anti-corrosion. It is anti-electrolysis. If your coolant looks brown, rusty, and has floaties in it, you are in trouble. That is rust. That is your engine eating itself from the inside out. That is your water pump grinding itself to dust. That is your heater core clogging. That's why your heat doesn't work. The fix? You flush it, and I don't mean just drain the radiator, I mean a real flush. You buy a flush kit, you hook it up to your heater hose, you stick a garden hose in it, you run that hose for 10 minutes. You will be horrified at the rusty, brown, nasty water pouring out. You run it until that water is crystal clear. Then, and only then, you fill it with the proper, new, bright green or pink coolant. A $20 flush kit and $50 in coolant. You just saved your radiator $800, your water pump $600, and your heater core $1,500. This is the definition of preventative maintenance. We've fixed the engine fluids. But what about the fluid that stops you? What's the fluid that is actively trying to kill you? Number 4, the forgotten safety fluid. When was the last time ever you changed this? Your brake fluid. It is the most ignored fluid in your entire car, and it is trying to kill you. Brake fluid has one terrible, horrible secret. It is hygroscopic. That is a fancy word. It means it absorbs water. It sucks moisture right out of the air. After 100,000 miles, that fluid in your lines is not brake fluid. It is a rusty, watery mess. It is dark and murky. This is bad. Water boils at 212 degrees. Your brakes get to 500 degrees. When that water boils, it turns to steam, and steam compresses. You have no brakes. This is not a cost saver. This is a lifesaver. The fix? Get a turkey baster. Suck all the old dark fluid out of the reservoir. Fill it with new, clean, clear fluid. Then go to each wheel. Bleed the brakes until that new clear fluid comes out. You just saved your brake lines from rusting from the inside out. You just saved your calipers and your iBuy module. And you just saved your life. Okay, we are at number 4. We have done 14 tricks. We have fixed the air, the fuel, the spark, the electrical gremlins, the lifetime fluid lies, and the safety fluids. But we are not done. We are at the Holy Trinity, the Mount Rushmore, the top 3. These are the like-new secrets. These are the tricks that attack the number 1 killer of high-mileage engines. Number 3, the engine flush, the oil change before the oil change. You are meticulous. You change your oil every 5,000 miles, but you are still just draining it. You are leaving behind quarts of old, dirty, sludgy oil that lives in the cracks, in the oil cooler, and in the galleys. This is what's really inside your engine. This sludge is choking your engine. It is blocking the tiny passages that feed your cams and your lifters. It is the cause of that tick, tick, tick you hate. It is a thick, black putting. The fix? The engine flush. This is the oil change before the oil change. 10 minutes before you change your oil, you pour an entire can of engine flush into your old hot oil and you let the car idle. Do not drive it, just let it idle for 10 minutes. This stuff is a high detergent solvent. It is melting all of that sludge. It is dissolving all that gunk, and it is dropping it all into the oil pan. Then you pull the plug, and what comes out is not just black oil, it is pitch black, it is thick, it is chunky, it is disgusting. That is the stuff you just saved your engine from. Now you put your new filter on and fill it with your new oil into a spotlessly clean engine, a $15 can. You just quieted those noisy lifters that a mechanic wanted $1,500 to replace. You just restored your oil pressure to like new. We got the sludge out. But what do we put in? What if the wrong oil lets it come right back? What if your seals are already leaking? Number 2, the Seal Saver High Mileage Oil. You just did the flush. Your engine is clean, but what oil do you put back in? If your engine has 100,000 miles and you are not using high mileage oil, you are making a huge mistake. Oh, it's a scam. It's just marketing. But guess what? It is not. It has 2 critical secret ingredients. 1, it has a much, much higher dose of detergents, like the flush we just did. It continues to clean that sludge slowly every single day. 2, seal conditioners. This is the magic. All the rubber seals in your engine, your valve seals, your main seals, after 20 years, they are hard, they are brittle, they are shrunken. That's why you get that puff of blue smoke on startup. That is oil leaking past your shrunken valve seals. The seal conditioners in this oil are esters. They are chemicals that get absorbed by that old hard rubber, and they make it soft. They make it pliable. They make it swell. This oil costs, what, $8 more? You just fixed your blue smoke on startup. You just stopped that weep from your oil pan. You just saved yourself $200 on that small oil leak repair. It is the smartest oil you can possibly buy. The engine is perfect. It's clean. It's full of the right oil. It's got clean fluids, clean air, clean fuel. But there is one final boss, the part that is guaranteed to be clogged, the part that is robbing you of power and economy. Number one, the EGR valve. This part that is guaranteed to be 100% clogged on every high mileage engine. The part that is the number one cause of mystery check engine lights, hesitation, and engine knock. This is the EGR valve, the exhaust gas recirculation valve. Its job is to put a little bit of dead exhaust gas back into your engine to cool down the burn and stop pollution. But that exhaust gas is full of soot, and after 200,000 miles, your EGR valve is not recirculating. It is a solid brick of carbon. It is not a valve. It is a chunk of solid black, rock-hard carbon. It is stuck. Stuck open, your idle is terrible and it stalls. Stuck closed, your engine pings and knocks under load, and the computer kills your power to try and save it. The fix? You take it off, you get a screwdriver, you get a can of carb cleaner. This is where you use the strong stuff and you chip, and you scrape and you spray. But here's the real trick. The valve is not the problem, it's the passages. The little holes in the engine manifold that the gas flows through, they are choked. They are tiny pinholes and they are solid carbon. You have to ream those passages out. You have to get a bent coat hanger or a drill bit and clear them. You have to restore the flow. This is 1 hour of your time, and it is dirty. But you just saved $800 on a new EGR valve and sensor assembly. You just fixed your check engine light for free. You just restored 20 lost horsepower. You just made your engine new. And that is the list. 17 tricks. From a $10 PCV valve to cleaning the final boss of carbon. Your engine is now breathing clean air. It's getting a perfect misty spray of fuel. Now let me know in the comments, which trick did I miss? Don't forget to like, hype, and subscribe. You'll be glad you did. I'll catch you in the next video. It's on your left. Click on it. Bye.